Now, we left off with this guy, uh, which had multiple syntax errors and logic errors, bugs. And the syntax errors is here. So it says on line 19, there's valid instruction operands. You can't use loop as the name of your looper. And also, uh, on 16, there's a problem. So now I don't know how much is this is from loop. So I'm going to go back in, but I want to show you the process of debugging here. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so line, so one of the tricks I used is put the name of what you're doing into your label names. So now I'm going to call this the largest loop, the capital L. And we're going to jump to the largest loop. Okay, so now there's still syntax errors, but we go to I saved the file. By the way, I spent about 20 minutes forgetting to save the file last night. So, okay, so the only problem now that's finding is on line 19. Okay, which you can see that's line 12 down on the bottom of the screen. I scroll down, and here is the problem. You can't ever do two memory locations, number and largest, in one operation. So first I have to move EAX, and let's move, it doesn't really matter which I move EAX number, and then we'll compare EAX to largest. And now I've think that's probably the last syntax error, but let's find out. Save and compile, or assemble as they call it here. And you see it now assembles quiz 429.asm. Of course, it won't work, and I'll show you it not working. Let's run the program. We'll enter a number. 0 terminates. I think I got that wrong. I'll fix that comment later, but we will say, let's enter the number 9, and it goes into an infinite loop, because it's got to, each time the loop, get a new number, or it can't do this. So let's close that. And let's fix this thing. So first of all, I don't know how I ended up with that. 0 terminates. So, minor error. Move. Okay. So what we got is largest in number, and we can't, okay, so we don't jump to largest loop. At the end, we jump to, we will get there somewhere, but we jump to get number. And in this case, okay, and this is going to be get number. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do this line again. We're going to get a number from the user and put it in the value number. And then we can JMP. So if it's less than or equal, we'll get the number and loop. And if it's greater than, we'll get the number. We'll move the number into largest, and then we'll loop. So I'm moving this, and I'm going to say JMP largest loop. And now, let's see if I made syntax errors. No, no syntax errors. And let's make this guy fly. Run the program. Okay. Oh, but I didn't save it. Save it. Now let's see if there's syntax errors. I should have checked that. Okay. You see, I do make that mistake all the time, and so will you. Now let's go and run the program. Luckily, I was able to recognize that. Enter a number. You see, now it says 0 terminates. And I'll enter 8. Enter a number, and you see it keeps going to keep entering -2, 11, 4, 9, 3, and 0. And 11 is the largest number entered. And that is the answer to the quiz.